What's good, y'all? Kabeh here again to do another sample breakdown for y'all. And today I have a sample that I made this week. It's one of my favorite recent samples. It's kind of a like Chicago freestyle type thing. Before we actually get into the breakdown, let's hear this sample in full so we know what we are working with. So let's do it.
We could love right. We had enough, but we've given up on you. You and we could love right. We had enough, but we've given up on
Nice. I love this. I really like this. Um, I think the theme we have here is how simple this is. To me, it sounds full, but when you actually look at the components of the sample, and this is not, I a lot of the times I do like switch ups and different verses, ideas and shit, but this time I just kept it simple, and I love how it sounds. So let's actually start breaking this down. So let's go. I started with this road sound. And this is so nice. I love this sound. I love how it sounds. This is a preset on Keyscape. It's been months since I used Keyscape, and I decided to try it out on this sample. It's one of the Rhodes presets on Keyscape, and I love how it sounds. One thing that I always talk about with people when they ask about chords and progressions, I come up with this progression just playing on my keyboard. I got the idea down, and I actually went back and started changing the MIDIs. So the MIDI. So this is just the same chords playing over and over, but I added some variations, doing like extensions and some inversions and a couple melodies between a couple of these chords to keep it interesting. It's just the same chords playing over and over again, but if you add a couple of variations here and there, some extensions, add a 9 or make one chord a dominant chord, you can add a lot of feeling into the playing. So I started with this idea. I probably cut the bass down after that. That's usually my process. Get the chords down and the bass. Yeah, you get the idea. When it comes here, it's the same pattern but a different sound. More of a sub bass sound. This is from the Rickenbacker bass on Contact. I love this bass. I've been using it a lot, and I just like played around with the presets that they give you, and I love these two sounds, and I wanted to use both of these two sounds, so I used one of them in each section. After I got that down, the bass and the chords, this is already real nice, so building on top of this is not that complicated. I did this top line with the Rhodes. I do this a lot, this like little runs and melodies to prepare for the next section. When the next section comes, I bring in a mellotron. It's the same pattern as the Rhodes, but with a mellotron, the Arturia emulation. And after that, I went to the vocals, and I think the vocals is what really gives you the whole like vibe, that Chicago freestyle type vibe. It's the vocals, and I remember that I spent like quite some time to get this down, but when I did, I loved it. So I started with this. I was just like searching through Splice, and there's this one sound that I found is, I'm pretty sure it's just this.
You and I, you and I.
Yeah. So I cut it up just to this part. Use the here. I grabbed out another one of that same type of, that same hook, but another file with a more things on it, like this little verse.
We can love right. We had enough and we've given up on you and I.
I really like this about Splice. They give you like a bunch of options with the same like idea and hook. This is the same thing, same key, same tempo, same idea, but this is like the processing on it is different. This is like a verse type of thing.
Right. We had enough and we've given up on you and I.
And I remember that getting this down took a lot of time, because I had to flip this hook around. It's not the tempo that it originally is on.
We can love right. We had enough and we've given up on you and I.
To get this down to like this, it took some time, but I really love it. So after that, we're pretty much set. Like this already sounds super good. So I wanted to keep playing around with those vocals, and I brought in this texture. This is how the original sounds. Nice. So I just brought it in to prepare for that, like for that transition, and when that transition comes, I bring in this vocal. And I really love this. This is like a trap soul, Bryson Tiller type of vocal. It always works. Basically, it always works. And this is all from Splice again. So I brought this same hook, but I just added a flanger and Denise the Sweeper. If you saw my video last week with Trav, is the same trick that I used on his vocals. I used it here for that transition, that second part. So after that, we only have this synclavier that comes in. you know, I had to add a synth on this, so I just added the synclavier to give it like my touch to it. So this is basically everything instrumentation wise, and the mixing in this is quite interesting. So the first road sound, we have a Pro Q3 chorus, the Jonas chorus from Arturia, wider Valhalla delay and vintage verb, nothing too crazy on this. By the way, I'm releasing a lot of my mixer presets on my kit with Noble. It's coming out real soon. All of these presets that I've been using this on the daily, that I've been saving from like samples, I'm gonna be releasing them on my kit with Noble coming real soon. So I have this bass. I didn't do much to it, just a Pro Q3. The Rickenbacker bass and contact is already real good. The vocals is when it becomes more interesting. We have quite a lot of plugins in this, but this is just for this track. I added a thermal. It adds a bit of like distortion and more presence on the mid side. Pro Q3. Smooth operator again, wider. Then is the sweeper again, another Pro Q3. This flanger and this then is the sweeper are automated to come in on this section. So for this first part they are not present. Then an audio effect rack. This is great about Ableton. You can quickly do different chains. So I have the vocal chain going through with the reverb. It's a Valhalla vintage verb with probably a low cut, a low cut and a high cut from the Pro Q3, and a Valhalla delay with another Pro Q3 cut. So yeah, the second part, the flanger and then is the sweeper comes in. For this second vocal, we have thermal wider, then is the sweeper, Pro Q3, Valhalla reverb and delay. This is how it sounds, and with the effects. For this vocal, what we have here, Pro Q3, Midtime Matrix, Valhalla Room, and LFO2 to give that sidechain effect. And this is basically it for this. On the Mellotron, Pro Q3, I Heart New York is a sidechain. Parallel compressor plugin. Bandman, I don't want it on the mids, only on the sides. This synclavier is the same effect chain from the Rhodes, and this is basically it for this sample. I really hope you all enjoy this. I hope you leave this video with some knowledge that you didn't have before. Maybe a plugin that I used that you didn't know about, or get into a little more about my process and how I make these samples. I really want to thank everyone for the love that I've been getting on Outofideas, the brand, the website. It's been unreal. I really appreciate you all. Follow me on Instagram. We're almost hitting 3,000 followers. When we hit 3K, I'm releasing a free sample pack here on Outofideas. I have my collab pack with Noble coming soon. I have my collab pack with Trav coming soon. And I'm trying to do a video a week. Let's see how that goes, and if y'all got any ideas for different videos. I just don't want to be sticking to doing sample breakdowns. But yeah, thank you all, and we will see each other next week.